Welcome to Odyssey version 47, which was released last Friday, December 3rd. I will be going over the release notes for version 47. The first bullet, device and tool resources have additional speed configurations available. While adding a new device or tool resource, there is a run speed screen directly after setting up the cost for the resource. And what this is referring to, if I go to add a resource, and I will just simply add a device, and we'll just call this test for version 47. And we'll just call this pieces. And here I'm going to add in just a quick cost just to get to the run speed screen here. And I will click save resource. This is new and related to that bullet I just read, that after I entered in the cost, again, this is while you're adding a new device or tool resource, we come to this run speed screen. And I will talk a little bit more about this in a minute. And also, printers may select the clock icon, which is named speed settings, to be taken directly to the run speed screen to add or edit run speed settings for the resource. I'm going to save this for now. I'm going to go back to that resource that I just added called test for V47. Here's the clock icon, and if you hover over it, it's called speed settings. That icon will also take you directly to this screen. The third bullet, printers may now add a fixed speed or variable speed, which is also known as long run. So here, let's say for this device, whatever that may be, or if it's a tool, maybe it can process 1,000 pieces or clicks or impressions or whatever it is. Whatever the quantity per time is, you can set that and click save, and Odyssey will show a nice graph here of that steady speed. If you have variable speed, and this may be more for offset printing, but maybe it's for other resources, devices or tools, you can add in what's your minimum speed, the longest run likely at minimum speed, what's the maximum speed that resource can attain, and what's the shortest run likely at maximum speed. So I'm just going to put some values in here just to kind of show you what Odyssey can accomplish or show you here. Click save, and Odyssey produces a nice graph of that variable speed or long run. Moving on, printers may now add in a setup time that will be added to the device total time for a job. So let's say your setup time for this machine or this device, whether it's 3 or 5 or 10 minutes, you would put in your minutes and click add. And if I was to, and I don't have this set up here, but if I was to go to a job workflow, the setup time, in this case 10 minutes, will be tacked on to the total time it took for that device to run for a process. So if a process had to run for 20 minutes, it will also take up in consideration the setup time of 10 minutes, and Odyssey would show a total of 30 minutes for that device at a job workflow level. So you can now set up your make ready or setup time for this resource. There is now the ability to add conditions based on media thickness that may affect run speed. And so if we go a little bit further down on the screen and pop open conditions, you're able to add in the thickness of the media, and if that efficiency is going to be decreased, you can start adding in different efficiencies. So let's say um, a media 7 points thick. Would you say maybe now your machine is only, your machine or this resource, I should say, is only going to run at 80% efficiency? Odyssey is going to start putting in these markers to differentiate the different efficiencies. Maybe a thicker paper runs at 75% efficiency. Very nice here where there's delineations on this little graph. And if you click on any of these, you can make the adjustments to the thickness or efficiency, or you can click delete, and they will simply be removed from that graph bar here. Printers may now test the run speeds added for the resource under the Test Your Run Speed section. So going up a little bit, now we have some run speed set up here. for the different quantities. So if we want to put in, say, a quantity of 3,000 and click test, based on the values added above, Odyssey will show us what the expected time would take when you're testing these different quantities. Do one more here. You can see it's jumped up a little under 2.5 hours. So it's a nice little way to test the speeds that you have put up above. Moving on, printers will now see the selling price within the pending, the in progress, and completed jobs tab. And this new column is also sortable. So if you remember, under jobs, we have pending, in progress, and completed, and I'm in pending right now. Here's that selling price column, and if I select next to the arrow, this can be sorted ascending or descending. Also, if I go to jobs in progress, I also have a selling price column, which can be sorted. All columns can be sorted, by the way, but this is a new column for this version. And also in completed, we have the selling price here, which can be selected to sort ascending or descending. Printers will now be able to filter jobs within the pending, in progress, and completed jobs tab by the date added column. So similar here, we're in completed jobs. Date added can also be sorted by ascending or descending. And the same is true for in progress jobs. We also have the date added tab here, or column, I should say. And also for pending jobs, date added, you can sort by ascending or descending. And lastly, for version 47, printers may now edit the expiration date of a from scratch estimate. And so I'm here under estimates requested, and I'm going to select create estimate, and I'm just going to add a couple pieces of information to show you. Initially, what I will do here is I will set the expiration date as a week from today, which is December 14th. And I'll just simply select a customer, and I'll put in a quantity, and I'll choose a size, and we'll go to the next step. And I'm just going to make this very simple here. We'll just put we'll just have digital printing as the only process for now. And we'll say build workflow. And if I go into the three dots to the right of the workflow name, we can go into expiration date. And as I mentioned, I had set it a week from today, which is December 14th. Now a user can go in and you may update the expiration date as needed, if needed. That concludes release version 47. Thank you for watching.